since Jennifer Kesse went missing. This morning, her family tells us they have new leads in the case. Her father, Drew Kesse, says FDLE is working on the case with the family's investigators. After spending more than $80,000 on case files from the Orlando Police Department, Kesse says they're getting new leads.
Hey guys, welcome back to True Crime with Shannon, where I cover missing persons, unsolved cases, crime news, and more. So I'm still kind of congested, but I'm trying to get back into the swing of things here. So I wanted to start doing some coverage doing some videos on the Jennifer Kesse case, which is really close here near me, here in Central Florida. But before we get into that, let me pull up today's missing persons poster real quick. Today's missing person is out of Kansas. This is Wichita, Kansas. This is Reagyn Byrd. She has been missing since January 29th. So that's like, 3 days ago? She's 17 years old, 5'4", 140 pounds, blonde hair, and blue eyes. Reagyn Byrd is a missing endangered runaway who went missing from Wichita, Kansas on January 29th, 2023. It is believed that Reagyn may be in the Tulsa, Oklahoma area. Reagyn is 17 years old. She's 5'4" tall and weighs 140 pounds. She has blonde hair and blue eyes. If you have any information regarding Reagyn's disappearance or if you know of her whereabouts, please call the Wichita, Kansas Police Department at 316-660-9452 or 316-660-9456 or 316-263-6011, or you can contact the Kansas Bureau of Investigation, which is KBI, at 785-296-4017. Again, if you have any information on this missing and endangered 17-year-old from Wichita, Kansas, who may also be in the Tulsa, Oklahoma area, please do contact the authorities. So this is a really good timeline, and I'm going to link it. They also have a Delphi timeline, which a lot of folks have used the Delphi timeline. This is Actus Reus. I'm hoping I'm saying that correctly. They do a lot of the crime cases, and they do really amazing timelines. So it's kind of hard to top their timeline. So props to their team or whoever does their timelines because they are amazing. So this kind of starts back in November of 2005. So we're going to go through the timeline of Jennifer Kesse, and then obviously, like I said, we're going to go through some more information, but I just wanted to go through the timeline and let you guys know what happened, that she's still missing after 17 years. She went missing out of Orlando, Florida. So this is Thursday, November 24th, 2005. Jennifer Kesse moves into a condo she bought directly across from Mall at Millenia in a complex called Mosaic at Millenia in Orlando. Now, again, since all of this area is really close to me, I have plans to go out maybe this weekend. If I'm feeling up to it, I'm going to go out there and take some video and get some get some firsthand look at the area. Then we jump to Wednesday, January 18th, 2006. Jennifer drives from Orlando to Fort Lauderdale, which is a 3-hour drive to boyfriend Rob's place. Thursday, January 19th, 2006. In the morning, Jennifer and Rob fly to St. Croix to vacation along with a friend and that friend's family. Jennifer leaves her car at Rob's place. So here are some photos of her and her boyfriend, Rob. There's Jennifer. Then we have Friday, January 20th, 2006. Jennifer's brother Logan uses her condo as a place to stay while she is away traveling. Logan invites over some friends to the condo, one of whom is Travis, Logan's best friend, and Matt, Logan's friend and Jennifer's ex-boyfriend. Logan and friends arrive at her condo and stay the weekend. During this time, Logan's friend Travis accidentally leaves his cell phone at Jennifer's condo. Saturday, January 21st, 2006. Jennifer and Rob's flight back from St. Croix is canceled by the airline, and they get a new flight from St. Croix to Miami for the next day. Sunday, January 22nd, 2006. Jennifer and Rob fly from St. Croix back to Miami. A friend of theirs drives them from Miami Airport back to Rob's place in Fort Lauderdale. Jennifer sleeps over at Rob's place. Monday, January 23rd, 2006. 6 a.m. Jennifer leaves Rob's place in Fort Lauderdale and drives in her car directly to her work at Westgate Resorts in Ocoee. 9 a.m. Jennifer arrives at work at Westgate Resorts. 6 p.m. At the end of the workday, she has a meeting with her boss, after which they walked out to the parking lot and said goodnight to each other before getting in their cars. A toll booth on her normal route home records that she drives through. So she's been up till 6 p.m. They know exactly where she has been. Now, unknown. Jen arrives back at her condo. This is now by long millennia. She calls her parents and Logan, her brother, to tell them about her trip to St. Croix. They say she seems happy. Logan tells her that his friend Travis left his cell phone at her condo over the weekend. Jennifer says she'll mail Travis's cell phone from her work mailroom tomorrow because there was a UPS and FedEx on site at the work. She calls Travis and arranges the details of how she'll mail him his cell phone. Jennifer also calls a few good friends and tells them about her trip. Jennifer seems to be in a, quote, funky mood due to the vacation ending and the long distance with Rob getting to her, according to her best friend, Lauren. 9:57 p.m. The last call on record was to Rob, her boyfriend, at exactly 9:57 p.m. Jennifer calls Rob from her condo landline because her condo gets bad reception everywhere except the balcony. According to Rob, Jennifer was tired from her trip and laying in bed when they were on the phone. Rob says they had a disagreement on the call, but describes it as a normal one, like any husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend any couple might have. Drew Kesse says during this call with Rob, Jennifer said she heard a knock on her door and believed it was a male upstairs neighbor. She did not answer the door. Drew Kesse says Jennifer's ex-boyfriend, Logan's friend Matt, was seen out on the Blue Martini bar at this night and he was drunk. The Blue Martini is somewhat close to Jennifer's condo. Yeah, that's over in that Millennia area. Tuesday, January 24th, 2006, 7:17 a.m. Predicted time of sunrise in Orlando for this day back in 2006, 7:30 to 8 a.m. According to her mother, this is approximately the normal time Jennifer would have left her condo, walked out to her car in the parking lot, and began to drive to work. Her mother says Jennifer was in the habit of calling Rob right when she got in her car. And other places, such as findjenniferkesse.com, her parents narrow this timeline down further to usually around 7:30 to 7:45 each workday. Joyce Kesse says that no one in the ground floor condos near where Jennifer's car was parked heard a scream or disturbance that morning. Unknown. Rob was running late and at some time in the morning calls Jennifer. Rob just gets her voicemail, and it's unclear if the call went straight to voicemail or rang until it went to voicemail. Jennifer always woke up before me. She had to go to work before I did. She every day would either call me or just to say good morning, have a great day, or just text me to wish me, have a great day, I love you, that sort of thing. And when I didn't receive it Tuesday morning, I thought it was odd, but I was running a bit late for work, so I called her on the way into work and just got her voicemail. Well, that's Rob in an interview with CNN. 9 a.m. Rob is in a meeting at work and cannot call Jennifer again to check on her. After his meeting, Rob calls Jennifer again and gets her voicemail a second time. 10:30 to 11 a.m. Jennifer was expected at a morning meeting at Westgate, and because she had not shown up for the meeting, Jennifer's workplace, Westgate Resorts, calls her cell phone and condo landline. Jennifer's dad, Drew, was friends with CFO at Westgate, and because of this, the CFO personally calls and asks Drew if Jennifer was okay. Drew says he'll call her and get back to him. Drew's call does not ring on Jennifer's cell phone at all. Instead, it goes straight to voicemail. Also, after receiving a call from Westgate, Jennifer's mother, Joyce, attempts to call Jennifer's condo landline and her cell phone and through her computer, but she cannot reach her either. Jennifer's parents call Jennifer's boyfriend, Rob, and notify him that Jennifer did not show up for work and that they cannot reach her. 12 p.m. A person of interest, POI, is seen on a security camera at Huntington on the Green driving Jennifer's car up to a visitor's parking spot. They then sit in the car for 32 seconds after parking and then get out and walk away from the car. Frustratingly, the face of the person of interest happens to be blocked in each frame from the security footage. A bloodhound later tracked a scent from the car parked at Huntington back to Mosaic at Millennia, which some may say suggests the POI walked back to Mosaic after dumping the car at Huntington. So this should be a little video here. Yeah, this was, so you can't really see anything. You can't make anything out. There are screenshots that they get from this angle. But because of the fence, you cannot make out who this person is. It's very strange. Okay, unknown. Jennifer's parents and brother Logan, who brings his friend Travis, separately leave Brandon, Florida to drive to Orlando looking for Jennifer. It's a 2-hour drive. Unknown. On the drive down, Drew calls the condo management office and asks if they could check to see if Jennifer's car was parked in her spot. They went down and said no. Jennifer's car was no longer parked in her parking space. Drew then asks the manager to go to her condo to check on her. The manager says they cannot enter her condo without someone else present with them. At Drew's request, the manager takes 5 to 10 minutes to find another employee to go with them, and then they together enter her unit. They stay on the line with Drew, and when in the unit, they tell him things do not look disturbed and no one is in the unit. On the drive down, Drew and Joyce also call friends of Jennifer's to ask if they know anything. They eventually end up calling hospitals and jails between 1 and 3 p.m. Drew Kesse said in an interview with the Inside Crime podcast that they arrived around 1 p.m. Joyce Kesse said in an interview with Unconcluded podcast that Logan and Travis arrived at 3 p.m. and her and Drew arrived 15 minutes later at 3:15 p.m. The sort of discrepancy is fairly normal, but clearing this time up would be helpful as it possibly relates to later evidence. Yeah, that's true. So you're talking 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., a 2-hour window is quite big. Jennifer's brother Logan and his friend Travis arrive at Mosaic at Millennia. Jennifer's parents, Joyce and Drew, arrive at Mosaic at Millennia. Logan starts knocking and trying every door in the complex looking for Jennifer. One unit directly across from Jennifer's is still unfinished and unlocked. It should be noted that this unit, however, showed no hits when scent dogs were brought in. Okay, so at this point, her family had arrived anywhere between 1 and 3 o'clock. 4:30 p.m. On the corners in Orlando, passing out flyers of Jennifer's face and a telephone number to which to call if you have seen her. 8 to 9 p.m. Officers arrive at Jennifer's condo to find 14 people inside, as her family has been using it as a base of operations. So that would be day one. January 25th. Thursday, January 26th, 2006, 8:06 a.m. A resident of Huntington on the Green reports to Orlando police they have located Jennifer's car, according to Sergeant Barbara Jones, 8:10 p.m. Jennifer's car is recovered from Huntington on the Green by law enforcement. Residents at the complex stated the car had been parked in the lot for several days. So that's pretty much where this particular timeline goes to. So it's a very good timeline from the get-go on the right before her disappearance and on her disappearance. So you're talking that particular day, there's a lot going on, and that was actually Tuesday, excuse me. So you're talking that was a second day. So you had Tuesday to Thursday. So the date that she disappeared was Tuesday, January 24th, 2006. So this is their evidence that they have compiled on the Actus Reus website. And they have marked for one is the condo. Again, Jennifer's condo was located on Conroy Road near a mall called Mall of Millennia. Jennifer had only purchased the unit a few months before her disappearance. So this is a photo of the condo complex, and they do have a few other photos here. As most areas are, and I'm highly familiar with Mosaic, being that if you go visit the Mall of Millennia, you're in that side of town by Conroy. It's a very prominent condo complex. You really can't miss it. And so this would be the outside here. So it's like most condos in that side of town. It's very beautiful, and I can guarantee you it's not cheap. Look at the pretty pools. So it's definitely one that Jennifer was, living seemed like she was living a pretty good life there. All right, and again, this is on Conroy Road. There's a gallery, it says showing the mosaic throughout the years for the purpose of showing the complex's layout. Some photos are taken significantly after Jennifer's disappearance. Here is the description from their website. It says Mosaic at Millennia is a luxury condo community in beautiful Southwest Orlando with options to purchase or rent. The guard-gated community offers spectacular amenities, including a state-of-the-art clubhouse, which includes resort-style pool, movie theater, fitness center, business center, and billiards. Mosaic at Millennia offers true carefree living, and with 24-hour security, residents feel completely at peace. Well, that's kind of ironic considering what happened, huh? Centrally located near downtown Orlando and theme parks, the location cannot be beat, not to mention a near endless variety of shopping, dining, and entertainment options right at your doorstep. Mall of Millennia is just 0.5 miles away, making it a short walk to major department stores, restaurants, and more. Although I don't think I would be walking across to Mall of Millennia. That's quite a busy area. And it's right near I-4 as well, which is our major interstate here in Central Florida. With many different layouts and square footage options, there's certainly a fit for both big and small families. Sizes range from a one bedroom, one bath at 648 square feet, all the way up to a 3-bedroom, 2-bath at 1,478 square feet. These luxury condos are privately owned, and there are options for both lease and purchase. All right, so here is looks like a map here where her condo was right here. That's her condo. And then you have her parking spot. So she was parked pretty darn close to where her condo is. So there's not much of a walk. Right there. And here's here's her actual unit. For the purpose of showing the layout, below are photos of Jennifer's actual unit from the Realtor.com listing years after the event. So unless they've upgraded anything in the unit, it's pretty much, I don't know, depending upon what year they posted the photos. So this looks like her kitchen area here. And dining area. Pretty good sized kitchen, really, for a condo. And you have this big living area. It's like that's the bedroom. And then that would be her entrance right here. I'm assuming her parking was not, like I said, that's not really far right in front of it there. And her balcony, another balcony photo. And she had a washer and dryer in the unit, closets, bathroom. So it's a nice condo for sure. And I would say, considering its location, most definitely. So she was in building 22, apartment 2226. Of the 447 units in Jennifer's complex, only 250 were occupied at the time of her disappearance. Wow. Was extensive remodeling going on. Okay, that explains it, including some work in Jennifer's own unit. Makes you wonder about that. Drew Kesse had said that a full set of keys to everyone's unit at Mosaic had previously been stolen. That's suspicious. He also says that a key making machine with a box full of blanks was out in plain sight in the condo office. That doesn't sound like safe living in Millennia. Jennifer and her dad had decided to change the locks prior to her disappearance, but she delayed the actual changing of them due to being too busy. She intended to get them changed as soon as she felt settled in. Her dad advised her to stick a chair under the doorknob handle at night, and she told him she started doing that every night. Another woman who lived at Mosaic at Millennia at the time recounts a time when she heard someone trying to get into her unit with a key, but a deadbolt prevented them. She later found out that a Miami realtor had been trying to show her unit to prospective buyers and had given her no notice at all. Wow, that's scary stuff. There's a layout, the actual layout of her condo. All right, and then we jump to her car. Thursday, January 26, 2006, a resident of Huntington on the Green, the condominium complex, notified Orlando police of a vehicle parked in the visitor parking lot. Orlando police determined this vehicle was Jennifer Kesse's. Jennifer's mother, Joyce, described Jennifer's habits when getting in a car, saying, Jennifer is a creature of habit. Would get in a car, take her elbow, and with it lock the car door button, put her seatbelt on. Well, as a creature of habit in doing that, she would also look around her car. So it sounds like she was trying to be pretty safe. Okay, and here is the condo, Mosaic, right here on the left. And her car was found over here, and there's Huntington on the Green. And this is John Young Parkway right here down the middle. That's the main drag over there on by the mall, Millennia. And then you have Conway, and it goes to American Road. I thought it was Americana, but I could be wrong. And Texas Avenue. So that's not far, but I'm not sure why it would have been all the way over there. Okay, and here's a photo of her vehicle here, assuming that's where they located it. Yeah. Now, Texas Avenue kind of goes, from what I remember, I'm going to have to pull up further maps on this. It goes down to another side of town that's not necessarily so great as Millennia. So I'd have to pull that up in a larger, in Google Maps. But that's where a car was, and then you have Texas, and then to the left would have been John Young Parkway. So, and then here's some photos here. Yeah. This complex, yeah, because Texas Avenue, from what I recall, it's like I said, a lot of areas, I'm sure that happens in a lot of other parts of the country. You've got parts of town that are really nice parts of town, and then if you go just maybe a block or so over, you're in maybe an older part of town that may not be so built up and maybe as secure. And you could tell from this particular apartments, or I don't believe that's even a condo. I believe they're apartments. I'd have to do some more lookup on that as well. This this one's definitely an older complex. So where they found her vehicle. So yeah. And there's some news articles they've attached here as well when they towed away the car from Huntington on the Green. So it is condos. Again, I don't believe Huntington on the Green would be definitely anything like Mosaic at all. I don't believe that I'm not even sure it's gated. I'd have to look that up. We'll have to get that information to see if it's even gated. And again, there's some more photos of the vehicle. So it's a 2004 Chevrolet Malibu, black four-door. And they list her license plate. And then, as of this point, there's no signs of struggle. It says the inside of Jennifer's car provided more frustration for investigators and her family. There was no sign of a struggle, no blood, no identifiable fingerprints except for Jennifer's. Yeah, that's not helpful. DVD player and images of evidence found within the car is taken from a video in which police show crime scene photos to the camera. But there was one item found that bothered detectives, a DVD player. That DVD player hadn't been stolen. Asked what that tells him, Sergeant Brennan said, it didn't appear that it was a robbery. Didn't appear that it was a car theft. It didn't appear that it was a carjacking. Yeah, that's odd. 2 pairs of sandals. 2 pairs of flip-flop sandals can be seen at the bottom of the front passenger side of the car. You can see them down there. The darker of the two appears to be the same ones Jennifer can be seen wearing in photos of her in St. Croix with Rob. Her family has said she was in the habit of wearing flip-flops in the parking lot walk between her condo and her car so the pavement would not scuff her dress heels she wore for work. Well, plus people in Florida wear a lot of flip-flops. Okay, car cell phone charger and broken mail key. So we have to remember, though, this was also 2006. So, and it looks like there's some medication there or something. And there's a key, a latent handprint. The inside of Jennifer's car provided more frustration than we've already. So yeah, there was nothing in there. It says they found a foreign partial DNA. Not enough DNA for a profile or enough to be entered into a CODIS database search. I wonder if all these years later, 17 years later, if that has changed. Because you kind of need less now to search for DNA. All right, now items missing. The items missing from Jennifer's condo and car, so presumably they were with Jennifer during the time of her disappearance. Okay, she's missing an iPod, Jennifer's iPod, and they have the serial number. Contact lens. Her contacts were missing from the contact lens case in her condo bathroom. Presumably, Jennifer was wearing them at the time. Briefcase. Jennifer's work briefcase. Her wallet. Jennifer's wallet with her Florida driver's license. Her purse. The purse that Jennifer was believed to be carrying at the time of her disappearance. Jennifer's parents show an image of the purse on jenniferkesse.com. And her cell phone, which is a Verizon LG cell phone. A cell phone can be seen in the photos of Jennifer, but whether or not it was the phone she was missing at the time, using at the time of her disappearance, is unknown. And then it says there's another cell phone. The cell phone Travis forgot at her condo, a Nextel cell phone. So that was the cell phone that she was supposedly going to be mailing that day at work. Brown work heels. Jennifer's mom recounts how Jennifer had just gotten some new 9 West brown alligator heels that she was excited to wear. As of note, the clothing options laid out on her bed were shades beige, said to match those shoes. And her keys, Jennifer's keys, note Jennifer's broken mailbox key was found inside the vehicle, but her normal set of keys are missing. Yeah, that's obviously she must have had them on her. All right, and number 4, video a person of interest. After Orlando police located Jennifer's vehicle at Huntington on the Green, officers reviewed surveillance footage of the parking lot where she was found. The surveillance footage showed that the car had been driven into the lot, parked, and an unknown person exited the vehicle at noon on January 24th, 2006. The same day as her disappearance, noon is less than 5 hours after the time when Jennifer would normally exit her condo to walk to her car. Orlando police have chosen to refer to this individual as, quote, a person of interest, often shortened to POI, and not as a suspect. I think they're a suspect. So here's the car dump location, which would have been the Huntington condos. And there's some photos of that here, which I'm going to assume they're probably throughout the time, maybe since her disappearance. Curious what it looks like now, which is another reason I want to go down there. Huntington on the Green. Okay. Okay, so it's the exact amount, for the distance rather, is 1.2 miles away from Jennifer's condo at Mosaic. Realtor.com listings describe the Huntington as the community of Huntington on the Green features a clubhouse, pool, and spa, playground for the little ones, 2 tennis courts, conveniently located near major roads, shopping, transportation, and Millennia Mall. So they are not mentioning any kind of security. Then again, Mosaic had security, but it sounds like they were very lax at the time of her disappearance, so that doesn't help either. And again, this is a surveillance video that I previously played. It says the timestamps are not accurate due to an issue with the camera. Yeesh, that doesn't help at all. The camera took stills every 3 seconds instead of a continuous video, so that explains a lot too. Frustratingly, a metal fence bar happened to be obscuring the POI's face during each still taken. Yeah, that's really horrible. Sucks. All right, then you got a delay. The POI waits 32 seconds inside the vehicle before exiting it and walking away. Some have speculated that the POI wiped down the interior of the car with a cloth during this time due to the fact that only one latent partial handprint was found within the car. Okay, the approximate height made by the FBI based upon the video are 5'3" to 5'5". Lack of concealment. The person of interest does not attempt to conceal their face, and it's only happenstance that a fence bar is concealing it every 3 seconds. Well, that's convenient timing. All right, and again, here they're showing Huntington on the Green and where the camera is located. So this would be where he walked, I assume. Let's see here. Yeah, the Prio. So this red arrow, so the car is right here. That red little box, it's hard to see, and then the arrow. The person of interest gets out of the car and walks in the direction of the arrow on Downing Street. All right. The POI is seen walking south. So that would be the fencing right there, it looks like. Yeah. The camera location was located on the roof of the pool house. So the camera is up here. Get a better look at that. Okay. Again, there's another map showing. Okay, this is an alternative path. He could have gone this way as well, where the dotted lines are. No. All right. Unaware of camera in general area, there's an alternate exit path shown above, south out of the parking lot, that is more concealed, in less view of people and cars, and does not pass the security cameras that the POI did not choose to take. This path is less obvious due to a casual observer, but someone familiar with the Huntington would know of it. Clothing colors. Security cameras were approximately 30 years old, according to Drew. Ugh, that's another problem. The FBI found the videotapes used with the security cameras are being constantly wiped and reused by the complex, and subsequently, the video quality is degraded, leading to almost all colored clothing to appear white. Yikes. To illustrate the point, on the right is two images of the same church burglar. Both images were taken of him on the same day in the same burglary, just by different types of surveillance cameras. In the one of the cameras, his red clothing shows up white, and the differing tones of red seem much clearer in hue. Wow, there it is. That is crazy. Good old VHS videotape. Yeah, that's sad. There's not much you can do with something 30 years old, and you're constantly using it, erasing it, and I don't even know if they're erasing it. It sounds like they may have just been rewinding the tape and then just re-recording over it. I mean, and that's awful. So you're definitely talking like very, very subpar quality, and that's an amazing example right there. Wow. All right, so this was excellent, excellent stuff by the Axis Reus. Highly recommend this site. They do really good stuff. Like I said, they have a Delphi timeline as well. So let me pull up the family's website real quick. So this is jenniferkesse.com. Actually, I had to pull it up this way because it's playing. They have a song playing when we get further down the page, and can't really turn it off when I have it up on the have it in my video player. This is, like I said, this is the family's page. They've been running it for years. It's pretty extensive, so I'm gonna just go over a bit of it, and we'll go over some more, um, in future videos. Again, they are telling you a bit about it. So this is the update. It looks like there's an update from December 17th, 2019. Again, there's been more updates lately because of the case is now going to be taken over. Orlando police is no longer in charge of the case. So let me read. Looks like this was their last major update though. Let's see. January 24th, 2020 will mark 14 years since Jennifer Kesse was last seen in or around her home in Orlando, Florida. We love you and miss you, Jennifer, and are working hard to find you. We, the Kesse family, wish to reach out this holiday season to wish all of you who visit Jennifer's social media a safe and joyous holiday. We hope you make many memories. We're incredibly thankful for the support of many of you have given Jennifer and this family over the past almost 14 years since Jennifer was taken from us. Without that continued support, we would not be able to continue the fight in trying to find her. We all know that it's the public in most cases that solves or helps missing people be found. We've seen it time and time again with long term missing persons cases. So we ask for your continued vigilance in helping our efforts to bring Jennifer home. All right, and they go on to discuss some of the stuff going on at that time here. They do mention further down, it's important to know there's no law enforcement agency that's responsible for looking for Jennifer Kesse at this moment. So it is us, Jennifer's family, who are the only people responsible for finding Jennifer. So we desperately need the public's help. Please utilize any and all social media, private messaging to contact our investigative team. It's easy and safe, and we do see everything that comes through. Contact a lawyer with your information to get to us, or clergy or media directly. Your identity does not have to be known. Information is key. There's their tip line at 941-201-4009. Again, that tip line does go directly to the family. We also need help financially for our investigation, so they have a GoFundMe if you would like to support them in that way. But again, they have a lot of updates here, a lot of photographs of Jennifer. And again, it's just something that I remember hearing about from the moment it happened. And it's such a strange thing when, because this is so close to home. I mean, this isn't, I live in the Orlando area, so it's like, a lot of folks like you guys have probably had other missing children, missing adults like Jennifer in your part of the country, and it's always it's sad and horrific when you hear of these other cases. Like I follow here on the channel, a lot of you guys also with true crime and missing persons. But when it happens to someone that's like in your side of the world, it's kind of different. So I think like Jennifer Kesse has been, I mean, everyone who's in this area has seen her beautiful face, her photos, posters for years. And I would love to see them get some closure for her, just so something, whatever happened to her. Sadly, I believe the family is aware that she may no longer be here. But at this point, they want closure, and I really hope that can be found like very soon. They have some detectives now working with them, some private detectives, and I'm actually going to pull up the latest update on that. But again, please do check out like not only the timeline site that I just went through. I wanted to make sure that everyone knew the timeline of when Jennifer was last known to be seen, and her vehicle and her condo, because it's excellent information there. And these are some amazing, great photos from her family that just show you, what she looks like, especially if you're not familiar at all. And definitely take some time to peruse this website, and make yourself familiar with Jennifer Kesse and the case. And um, these are extremely important. There's her purse and there's a tattoo. So, like I said, there's a lot more I plan on covering. I want to go out there and I'm going to see if I can get a hold of her family to see if they can do me some more walkthroughs as well, or we can do some interviews here on the channel. But again, they're asking anybody's help. You don't have to be in Central Florida. You don't have to be in South Florida or in Florida. They, they want help from anybody and anywhere. And it's like I said, it's over 17 years. So any piece of information to find closure is very, very important for this family. And they have they have a lot of interviews that they've done here, with Fox News, 48 Hours, a ton of stuff on this website. And I've gone through a lot of it, and there's still a lot more I haven't gone through. So, and then there's personal safety information, which is excellent. And they have a Spanish edition. You can get the flyers from here. I mean, it's an excellent resource completely. Thanks to her family, and then you can find them on Facebook. So definitely, please check out this website, jenniferkesse.com, to familiarize yourself with the family and who Jennifer is.
15 years ago tomorrow, Jennifer Kesse disappeared in Orlando in a high-profile case that made national news.
The 24-year-old simply vanished, and no one has ever been arrested in that case. But Jennifer's parents are still fighting to learn what happened to their daughter back in 2006.
Wester's Jim Payne joins us in studio with more on why the Kesses say that is all changing now.
Right after Jennifer vanished, police found her car abandoned and released grainy surveillance footage of a man they wanted to question. And then the case seemingly went cold. Jennifer's parents say there is a 10-year stretch where no one in law enforcement was actively working to find their daughter. So they assembled their own team of mostly retired law enforcement professionals, heavyweights from all across the country, and got access to Jennifer's case files. They were able to persuade the FDLE to conduct a cold case review.
And we're going to be dealing with people who wanted to do this, want to do it, have the experience to do it, and have everything at their fingertips to go and try and find Jennifer. Mm-hmm. So with a state team along with our team, it gives Jennifer the best chances at this point. And hopefully we can definitively say if we can find her or not. That's what we're up against. We're pretty much at the end.
The Kesse family went so far as to accuse Orlando police of negligence. In November of 2019, Orange County deputies searched a lake near Gotha after the Kesses received a credible tip. The Kesses are working hard to keep the case from going cold and keep tips coming by using social media. Back to you, Stuart.
So this is definitely a mystery on what exactly happened to Jennifer Kesse over 17 years ago. So this is a case that I'm now getting into here on the channel, and I hope you'll join me for following it. And like I said, I'll be going out to the area, the condo area where Jennifer used to live, and the Mall Millennium area very soon. And I'll have a video up on that when I do. And with that said, that's going to be all for today. Do me a favor on your way out if you'd hit that thumbs up, that like button. And I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. And most of all, stay safe.